Learn Latin, we start with the alphabet. And while many of the letters sound the same way as they do in English, there are a few differences. And so this video is to help you as the parent as you're listening to your children pronounce words, and you can know that they're pronouncing them the same way they're learning them in class. We'll start with the letter C. The letter C in English can be hard or soft. It can be a k, like in the word can, or it can be soft, s, as in the word city. In Latin, the C is always hard. We've learned words like caelum, which is heaven, or clamo, I shout. Always a hard C, never a soft C. Another consonant that's different is the letter G. Now, in English, we might have the word get or the word gem, hard, soft. But in Latin, again, it's always hard. It's always a g. It's always a g sound, as in get. The letter J actually doesn't appear in classical Latin, but in later Latin it appears, but it still has much the same sound as the letter I, but it has a kind of a y sound. So we've learned the word Jesus, 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 and so the easiest way that we've done it with the students is make it like a Y sound, Jesus, anytime they run into a J. The next is the letter R. The letter R is actually not much different, but it was actually trilled by the Romans. It was a r, had a r. So we would say words like porto, laboro, gloria, and you can see that's kind of in the tongue. As a matter of fact, the Romans called this a littera canina, which meant it because they thought it sounded like a dog snarling, and so they can trill that R. Well, if they don't do that, that's not going to hurt anything. But some of them actually enjoy doing that. So if you hear them porto or something like that, that's great. That's great that they're doing that. Another one is the letter S. The letter S is always a voiceless S, like the word C. It's never a what we would call like a Z, like please in English. It's never that. It's always a S. S is always that voiceless S. The letter V is actually sounds like a W. So we have like the word via, which is road. Those kind of words. Salve, which is a greeting, looks like a V, but it's actually a W. In fact, Latin has no W, and the students have learned that and will know that, but the V sounds like a W. Now let's think about the vowels. The vowels are all going to use one sound. As they progress in Latin, there are long and short sounds of vowels, but for our purposes, we're only using one set of vowel sounds, and they go like this. For the letter A, it's a, like the word ambulo. Ambulo is I walk, so A is always a. The letter E is always e, and we've learned the word Deus for God, so E is e. The letter I is an E sound, like the word via, V-I-A is the word for road, via. Then there's the letter O, which has an O sound, like amo. Amo, the word for I love, ends with that O, and so O is O. And then finally we have the letter U. The letter U has an oo sound. So again, we've talked about ambulo earlier. Ambulo, the U is that long O, that long oo sound. Also, we've learned the word luna, which means moon. And so oo, so that U is an oo sound. So just to recap, A is ah, the letter E is eh, the letter I is E, the letter O is O, and the letter U is oo.